What's up, math scholars and math haters? This is Mr. W. We're going to tackle question 4 in the 4th grade math questions that North Carolina released this past school year. We can see that if the body and head of a fox measure 19 4/5 inches and its tail measures 10 4/5 inches, we're being asked to find the total length of the fox. To do really well on a question like this, the two big skills you'll need are how to work with mixed numbers and what are called improper fractions, and then also adding fractions that have the same denominator, the same number on the bottom. So first, let's go over each of these. If you see something with a number and a fraction, these are what are called mixed numbers. And that means exactly what you think it does. We mix in a whole number with a fraction, We'll get to an example of an improper fraction near the end of this problem, something that has a larger number in the numerator on the top than in the denominator that we'll need to do some changes with. But I also want to highlight this word total, because when I see total, I know that that means I'm going to have to add up some stuff. I'm going to have to add up two parts in order to get some whole thing that represents the total length of this fox. So I've got 19 4/5, and I need to add that to 10 4/5. And the reason why I'm writing this addition problem like this is so that I can actually split this up and worry about my whole numbers first and then take care of my fractions. So I'm going to go ahead and do exactly that. I'm going to worry about my whole numbers first. 19 plus 10 gives us 29. And now I can go ahead and worry about my fractions. 4/5 plus 4/5. Now, when we multiply fractions, we would multiply across the numerators and across the denominators. But when we add fractions, if our denominator is the same, we don't actually have to do that. Think of it like 4 inches plus 4 inches. We're not going to add inches to inches because that doesn't really make sense, because inches are just the unit. They're the unit of length and how long, or they're the unit of measurement that we're using. Think of it the same way when you see a common denominator. 4/5 plus 4/5 is not going to be 8/10, but instead, just like 4 inches plus 4 inches gives us 8 inches, 4/5 plus 4/5 will give us 8/5. Now, we can see that we have 29 and 8/5, and there actually is an answer choice. Actually, no, there's not an answer choice. My fault. We're going to have to work with this 8/5 a little bit now. And because this is what's called an improper fraction. And when we see an improper fraction, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a quick bit of division, essentially divide and find the remainder in order to turn this back into a mixed number. So specifically, I want to know how many times 5 goes into 8. If I can remember my 5 times tables, it goes 5, then 10, and I'm already bigger than 8. So 5 is going to go into 8 one time. I'm going to write a fraction bar and keep my denominator of 5, but on the top here are going to go my leftovers. So 8 minus 5 is 3, which means that for a mixed number form of 8/5, I have 1 3/5. If I take my 29 from earlier, when I just worked with my numbers, and add that, that gets me 30 and 3/5, which, as it turns out, matches answer choice B.